I'm in here too.
All right, you get in here. All right, ready? Ryan Pacyga, ArrestedMinnesota.com, and I'm here on St. Pete's Beach. And these guys are playing some beach football. In a minute, we're going to talk about self-defense laws in the different states. They differ a little bit. But the first thing I got to observe is, if you look at these guys, they look like football players, don't they? And then I saw the ball snapped, and everything you would think about their ability to play football immediately changed once the ball was in the air. They look great. They run great routes. And then just something's happening after that. Maybe the ball's wet. I mean, we are on a beach.
I'm not going to lie, man. I blame the quarterback.
Yeah.
The quarterback sold me on that.
My only advice to you guys, since I've gone through a lot of school and everything, and I played some sports, is that if I were you two, I would really hit the books hard because football is not going to pay off for these two. I'll just tell you. I'm just kidding, brothers. I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, though, self-defense laws, down here in Florida, it's a stand-your-ground state.
Yes,
that means, let's say we're out in public like this right now. If I think you're about to assault me, I don't have a duty to retreat before I defend myself, okay? Other states like Minnesota, where I'm from, you have a duty to retreat if you're not in your home. So like out here, if you're about to hit me, I have to first try to retreat if I can, and then and only then, if I can't retreat, can I defend myself. So that's a very different thing, right? So back home, sometimes I've defended cases, and I've said, it's kind of a hit or be hit situation. If you guys play sports, you might kind of know that. Sometimes you've got to protect yourself by hitting first rather than taking a hit and then doing something like that. So what do you think? What do you think is a better law? A case like where it's stand your ground, where you don't have to try to retreat first to defend yourself? Or do you think it makes more sense for people to have to at least try to retreat before they defend themselves because maybe they could avoid even having to defend themselves if they could retreat instead? What are your thoughts?
Personally, I've been around guns since I was a little kid. I've been raised around them. And I think with proper safety, I think that everyone should – the stand your ground law should be in every state, because with proper safety precautions and everyone learning how to handle a gun properly, they should know how to determine a dangerous situation and whether or not they should be allowed to defend themselves with a firearm or with a weapon or any sorts of item.
Sure.
And I personally think that it's a great law, and I think that it should be implemented in all states.
Sure.
And sure that some states, I know some states don't have it, but I personally think that they all should, because it's a great law. It's you're defending yourself. Why would you want to get hit or run away when someone has a weapon held on you and you could defend yourself, but you don't have the option to because of the law?
Now that makes sense. Now, what about for you? Let's change that fact pattern a little bit. Let's say instead of someone else having a gun and threatening you, what if it's like me and I come up and I'm like, I'm going to kick you or you know what, right? And now you're in a situation where you believe I'm about to punch you. Should you have to retreat before you have the right to defend yourself, or should you be able to stand right there and perhaps hit me first in order to defend yourself? What do you think?
I think that you shouldn't have to retreat. You should be able to stand your ground in any situation, because you never know. And if you're trying to retreat first and you can't, then you have the lower hand there.
Right.
So it's going to be more of a disadvantage for you to try to retreat first.
Yeah,
go ahead. In any situation, you should, if you can, not have to use violence, but some situations you could tell you have to, and there's no need to retreat or try to.
I feel like it's all judgment of the situation. There's different situations, and it's really an easy thing to judge, but it's also it's debatable, and especially in the court. It's is he even strike you? Because it's he said, I said. But I think that you should definitely be able to defend yourself. I think that's a great law, and I think it should be implemented in all states, because it's a good way to defend yourself from getting hurt or your property getting hurt, or possibly getting worse, killed or hospitalized. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Now, you said you're a believer in guns. You grew up with guns and everything like that. Now, here down in Florida, are people able to carry a pistol with them?
I believe they are. I'm pretty sure you do need a concealed carry permit.
Sure.
Unless
and that's the gun's too small? If it's a really small gun, would you have to?
I'm pretty sure there's different things, because there's AR pistols and I don't think there's a law on the size for it, but it depends the caliber gun and the rifling and the gripping.
I think if people have the smallest of guns, they shouldn't have to have a conceal and carry. Take yourself, for example, your arms. These are the smallest of guns possible, right? You should not have to have a permit for those. I mean, you're not really going to hurt anybody with these things. It's more like a little rubber band slingshot at this point, isn't it? I'm just teasing you. You're doing a great job. Thank you guys for participating. What's your names?
I'm Mark Holsworth.
I'm Joseph Gomez.
Soon to be famous. Ryan Pacyga, ArrestedMinnesota.com. We are out.
See me out there.